tonight, Andy is going to attend the Phil Baker broadcast with the Kingfish, while Professor Newkirk and his daughter Amanda listen in. After the little hint they drop, the boys feel certain Mr. Baker will call on Andy to act as one of the contestants. Right now, Andy and the Kingfish are in the office, making sure that Andy will not only win the money, but also greatly impress the girl.
Now, Brother Andy, here is all the questions and answers that Mr. Baker going to ask you on his program tonight.
Yeah, I got to memorize them, ain't I?
Now, all you got to do is to memorize the answers in this one thing, ichthyology. That's the category number 3, you see. Forget about the rest of them.
Okay.
Now, take the first question. Here, you see, he usually starts off by asking a silly one. What fish, if it could make a sound, would go meow? Of course, the answer here is catfish. See that?
I wonder if I can remember that.
Yeah, well, you don't have to remember the whole thing. Just catfish is the answer to the first question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now on the second one there, the answer is sardine. Now, just remember that. You don't have to know the questions.
Yeah, the answer is the important thing, yeah. That's all I got to say up there, huh?
Yeah, well, of course, now, Mr. Baker might ask you a few personal questions, make jokes about them, you know, you know, what your name is and where you live. He might even ask you what you do for a living.
You gonna make a joke about that?
Well, I don't know. That don't give much to get his teeth in to do it there. Anyway, Andy, you spend the rest of the afternoon now memorizing these answers. Then you and me will go down to the broadcasting studio about 9:30.
Yeah, and by then I'll know these answers better than my own name.
Now, remember, Andy, right after the broadcast, you got to give me half of the $64 that you're going to win.
Oh, sure.
So as soon as you come off the stage, why, you have the $42 ready for me.
Yeah, I'm going to... Well, wait a minute. Is 42 half of 64?
Well, certainly it is, Andy.
Sure sound like a big half, don't it?
Brother Andy, I want to be fair about this thing. If you like my half better, then you can take it and I'll take the other 42.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Kingfish, I'd rather do it that way.
All right, folks, we're going to be on the air in about 10 minutes, and we still need one more contestant. I'll draw another number. Here we are, number 12. Number 12.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Why, number 12, step right up here, sir.
Yes, I'd be glad to, Mr. Baker. Yes, sir, yes.
No, don't climb over the footlights. Just come up those steps on the side.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Kingfish, can I get my feet through here?
Yeah, take off your derby, too, Andy. And look here, remember, category number 3, the answer to the first question is catfish.
I know, Kingfish, I know.
Right up those steps there. That's right. Now, if you'll just sit over there with the other contestants.
Yes, sir.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, we'll be on the air in a few minutes.
Let me know when you're ready for me, Mr. Baker.
Oh, yes, I'll be sure and let you know. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be on the air in a few minutes, and we want to give all the people listening in a good show.
Mr. Baker, the $64 I'm going to win, you pay that in cash, don't you?
Say, take it easy there. You might not win it.
Oh, Mr. Baker, can I speak with you a minute over here, please?
Certainly, Charlie. Sit tight, folks. I'll be right back.
Say, Phil, the sponsor insists on changing the categories, inasmuch as the questions and answers were out of your hands for a while.
All right. I didn't think it made any difference, but if that's the way they want it, fine.
Well, here are the new questions and answers.
Well, how about changing the categories on the blackboard?
Well, I'm having the boy do that now before they take the blackboard out on the stage.
Well, I guess there's no harm in making the change. Certainly won't make any difference to anybody. This is Phil Baker following through with Take It or Leave It, and here's our next contestant coming up to the microphone.
Oh, yes, sir. Coming up. Yes, sir. Yes.
I hope you're not nervous.
No, sir. I just shaken because I was cold.
All right, let's get started. What is your name?
Catfish.
Your name is Catfish?
No, sir. My name is Andrew H. Brown.
All right, tell me, Mr. Brown, have you selected a category? Just look up there on the board and you can pick any one you want.
Yeah, well, I don't have to look on the board. I take number 3.
Oh, zoology, huh?
Well, it ends with ology. I know that.
All right, I'll ask you the first question.
Catfish.
Wait a minute. I don't know whether it's too important, but I haven't asked you the question yet.
Well, regardless of the question, that's the answer.
Well, all right, you've got $1. And in case the sponsor is listening in, I'll pay this out of my own pocket. Would you like to try it for $2?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go for $2. What animal, now virtually extinct, used to roam the plains in the far west?
A sardine.
I hate to see you lose out in the contest so early. Is it possible that you're talking about a sardine on the order of a buffalo?
Yes, sir.
Sort of a water buffalo, huh?
Yes, sir.
That
that's
gives
right.
you $2. That's fine. Now, would you like to try it before?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, the third question. Tell me, do you know what an elephant is?
Yes, sir.
For not saying catfish, you get $4. Would you like to try for 8?
Well, could we skip the 8 and get right down to the 64?
Not so fast, my friend. Next question.
This is question number 4, ain't it?
Right. There's a well-known saying about the elephant that you must know. Can you tell me what it is the elephant never does?
Goes up the Columbia River to spawn.
Well, that's not exactly the answer I have down here. But who am I to say you aren't right? You've got $8. By the way, just for my own information, are all your answers going to be about fish?
Well, naturally, that's what category number 3 is all about, ain't it?
Oh, I think I'm beginning to see a light. Well, Mr. Brown, that brings up a question in my mind.
Well, if it's number 5, they breathe through their gills.
Let me see what question number 5 is. How do mother bears recognize their own cubs? And you say they breathe through their gills. The elephants and bears are certainly doing strange things this year, aren't they?
Yes, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's apparent to everyone that these answers don't fit the questions like a glove. As a matter of fact, this is the first time in the history of Take It or Leave It that anyone has gone through this many questions without even getting on the subject.
Well, can I help it if you don't know the right questions?
Mr. Brown, it's obvious that your chief interest in life is fish.
Yes, sir.
And without going any further, I'm going to declare you a winner.
Oh, thank you,
I
sir.
hereby award you 64 cans of sardines.
Hello? Hello, Amanda. This is Andy. Yeah, did you hear the broadcast? Oh, you did, huh?
Hey, lay it on there, son. I can hear you now.
Yeah, well, what is that? Yeah, well, but Amanda, you can't do that. Well, I was figuring on me and you having a little sardine supper together. Oh, yeah, but honey, I know, but...
Yeah, she done hung up on you, ain't she, son?
Yeah. Well, Amos, I guess I done missed again.
Yeah. Well, you know, what did she say to you, Andy?
Well, she says she never want to see me again.
Why?
Well, she done heard me on the radio and say that I is stupid and dumb. And by pretending that I was an expert on the science of fishes, she say I was even lying about that, too.
Well, Andy, that's what happens whenever you try to pretend that you are somebody that you ain't.
Yeah, that's the reason for the whole mess, all right.
And I've done told you all your life that you has got to cut out pretending. You has got to be yourself. No matter how humble a man is, you'll find that people will love you for just being yourself. That's all you got to do. And believe me, Andy, you'll do much better with everything in life.
Yeah, Amos, you're right.
Won't you shake hands with me on it, Andy? Why don't you start today? It ain't too late, Andy. You is a nice enough guy.
Yeah, Amos, put it there.
Oh, that's the stuff.
You is right. I was crazy to think that I could make that gal believe that I was a big icarologist. From now on, I ain't gonna make people believe nothing that I ain't and all that stuff. I ain't gonna... wait a minute. Who is this coming in?
Pardon me, but could either of you gentlemen tell me where the Harlem Art Gallery is?
Yeah, I know where it is. What you want to go there for, miss?
Well, I'm an art student, and they're having an exhibit of paintings up there.
There is, huh? Well, now, how about me walking up there with you? It just so happened that I is a great painter myself.
All right, here's Amos and Andy again.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to thank you for listening in, and we hope you enjoyed our show.
Thanks for me, too, folks.
Next week, we are going to have as our guest that fine actor of stage and screen, Mr. Raymond Massey. And, as usual, is going to be in trouble up to his neck.
I is? Oh, me.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, folks.
Be sure and be with us next week at this same time, friends. Bill Baker appears through the courtesy of the Eversharp Company.
Okay, and almost time to wrap up this Amos and Andy marathon. I'm going to do one more though, and then I think I'll pack everything in for this night for tonight for this extended netcast. And the final one I'll do is the 12th of January 1945, titled One Phony Antique. And then this will be one show in the can. Actually, in a sense, two, because I had to divide it up due to, for time reasons, obviously. You can max 3 hours on the system, and then you gotta start another one. And I sort of cut off early and started again. So let's see about that one phony antique. Here we go.
Say, Andy, did you hear that? Come on.
Did I hear what?
That whistle. That's the Rinso White whistle.
And Rinso means us.
That's right. Rinso gets clothes Rinso White, and Rinso presents the Amos and Andy Show. Well, after waiting 2 years for the second payment on the Kingfish's personal desk at the Lodge Hall, the finance company gave up hope and took back the desk. That's why we now find the Kingfish in a second-hand furniture store about to buy a desk he can afford. At the moment, he's being convinced by the salesman that a rickety old desk he's looking at is a genuine antique.
Now, look here, Mr. Miller. I ain't complaining because the desk is all bruised up and ready to fall apart, but ain't you got none without them little holes in it?
Oh, those little holes. Well, those are wormholes. That proves it's a genuine antique.
Is a genuine antique because it got wormholes?
Well, naturally. Of course, there are imitation antiques with man-made wormholes, but those are less expensive.
Less expensive? You mean the men's work cheaper than the worm?
No, what I meant to say was the wormhole stamped this as being an authentic antique. As a matter of fact, this desk actually belonged to George Washington.
Oh, George Washington, huh? Yeah, this must be the one he throwed across the Potomac. You want $6 for the thing, huh?
Stevens, how can you quibble about $6? Remember, this is the desk that the father of our country actually wrote letters on.
Yeah, from the looks of the thing, I guess he wrote him with his little hatchet.